Hello and welcome. Today I'd like to answer a question I get from a reader on one of my YouTube videos. It's a great question, and although I did answer it, as a comment, I thought I'd expand on that a little bit. So the question is by Jerome. I hope I pronounced your name right, Jerome. He asked me, "Do you make a distinction between meditating and just sitting?" Okay, is there a distinction between meditating and just sitting? He says that, sometimes he sits for like 30 minutes, but he feels like he's just sitting there because he's got so many thoughts running in his head. So, if you sit there for 30 minutes and most of the time you've got non-stop thoughts, does that still count as meditation? Or were you just sitting? So this is my answer to it. And, with the disclaimer that what I'm going to say goes against the standard advice, but here goes anyway. The standard advice is that you sit there all blissed out, and your mind is zero, and you reach nirvana, and the gods come and talk to you, and you get a halo over your head, sort of like this halo that I have here, and you become all enlightened. But in practice, that doesn't work. If you sit for 30 minutes, you might get like 30 seconds or 1 minute in which you got no thoughts. My point is that that's fine. The key thing is not to be reach some blissed or nirvana state. The key thing is to actually sit for 30 minutes without twiddling on your phone, or looking at FaceTube or watching TV. We spend so much time looking at the outer world. We're possessed with the outer world. We lose touch with our inner self, our inner world. We have no idea about the inner world. And that's why there's this French philosopher, I can't remember his name, Voltaire, I think. He said all of man's problems occur due to the fact that we cannot sit alone in a room for 2 minutes. We are so uncomfortable with ourselves, with our thoughts, that just sitting alone makes us nervous, and we want to distract ourselves, look here, look there, and twiddle the phone. That's why standard meditation advice says just sit there, but they focus too much on technique, watch your breath or watch your visualize. My thinking is, and I learned this from Adya Shanti as well, it's just sit there without trying to modify your experience in any way. If you're getting thoughts, that's fine. If you're getting daydreaming, that's fine. The point is, our inner self, our subconscious, we keep it suppressed all the time, and as soon as we sit down for 5 minutes, all those thoughts keep rushing up. And that's one of the other questions people ask, that as soon as I sit to meditate, I get all these angry thoughts or these depressing thoughts. And my answer to that is that the reason you get angry or depressing thoughts when you sit down to meditate is because you're suppressing them, and as soon as you let them out, they rush off. They rush to the surface, like a spring. You keep it suppressed. As soon as you remove it, boing, boing, boing. That's why I say sitting with yourself is important. Your inner self. In traditional, they want to kill the mind, kill the ego, and go to enlightenment. But the inner self, our subconscious inner child, whatever you want to call it, it's not our enemy. It wants to help us. It wants to talk to us, and it does talk to us. And if you're sitting down quietly, if you're getting thoughts or whatever, that's fine. Don't try to fight it. Just sit with it. Sometimes the thoughts you get are valid concerns that your subconscious is bringing to your attention. There are things, there are facts, there are some emotions that your subconscious is trying to tell you. It's trying to tell you stuff. But we have been trained, just because the way we grew up, the society lives, to discount the inner feelings, and we're like, oh, this is not important. We've been trained to that see that our inner feelings or thoughts are useless, they're not useful. But I find that sitting with our thoughts is as important as achieving some sort of nirvana, because thoughts are telling us something, and sometimes we just need to make peace with our inner thoughts, with our being, with our inner state, as it were. The second thing is that if you sit down quietly and don't try to fight your thoughts, don't try to control them or think they're bad, or that you need to achieve some sort of nirvana state. What happens if you have compassion for yourself? Your thoughts will by automatically, slowly over time start to reduce, or they'll become less angry, less violent, less irritated. You'll start to become more calmer. Yeah, you start listening to your inner self. The inner self will start helping you. Inner self or subconscious is our friend. It wants to help us, it wants to guide us, it wants to get our attention, but we ignore it for so long. We suppress it for so long, we don't listen to it, and so it gets angry and tries to forcefully grab our attention by distracting us, or every time we sit down to meditate, it'll throw a million thoughts at us. So the key is that sitting quietly with ourselves, giving time to ourselves, is the important thing. And if you have thoughts, make peace with them. What works for me is to get a journal, a notebook. If you're getting a lot of strong thoughts, write down, why am I getting these thoughts? What is the inner self trying to tell me? And there's always something that you're trying to hide or suppress. And if you just accept it, if you're scared, or you're depressed, or you're angry, just accept it, write it down. This is what I feel. If you accept your feelings, they'll go away. They lose their strength. These angry, strong thoughts and feelings, they have their power because we suppress them, we ignore them. As soon as we stop suppressing them, they lose their strength. So sitting is the important thing. If you get thoughts, doesn't matter. Let the thoughts come. Make peace with them. Okay? So, is there a distinction between sitting and meditating? Yes. If you're sitting quietly with yourself and your thoughts and your inner self, that is a form of meditation. If you take a more holistic view of meditation, and if you view meditation as just something to escape this reality into some nirvana, then yeah, you won't be happy. But if you want to take a more holistic, a more complete view to meditation, where the job of meditation is to help you live a fuller life, a happier life, then you have to make peace with yourself, you have to make peace with your thoughts. So stop fighting your thoughts. Like Adeshanti says, just sit without any judgment or trying to manipulate your experience. If you're having thoughts, that's fine. If you're angry, that's fine. If it becomes too much, write it down, and you'll find that usually very strong emotions are caused by you trying to suppress something or hide from something. So you need to make peace with what you're hiding from. And making peace is just about be accepting it. Maybe you've got a crap situation. Maybe your job is crap, or you're about to lose your job. Maybe you don't have a partner. Maybe you have a disease or something. And that's fine. You can't change it. That's life. But you can make peace with it. And you make peace with it by not trying to hide from it, not trying to use meditation as something to hide from your problems. In meditation, you have to face your problems, face your issues. Like I said, if it becomes too much, you can journal it, and usually if you accept your emotions and your feelings, the pressure in the emotion just goes, and because the strong emotions are our subconscious trying to tell us something. It's not us trying to punish us or trying to make our life difficult. It's trying to tell us something, but we are not listening. Listen to your subconscious, listen to your inner self. Don't fight it. If you fight yourself, you lose. Yeah, if you fight yourself, you lose. So make peace with your thoughts. Sit with your thoughts. Let them come. Ask them, what are you trying to tell me? What do I need to work on? Where am I hiding? What am I suppressing? What am I not willing to face in myself. What am I using? What am I, where am I using meditation as an excuse to hide from myself? Because that's what meditation is for most people, an excuse to hide from themselves. So find that place, go there and make peace with it. And it doesn't matter if you're having thoughts or you reach a nirvana state. The more you do it, the more peace you make with yourself, the happier you'll be, and the easier your meditation will become. So yeah, that's my answer. Slightly long-winded, but I hope you got the point. Sit with compassion and love for yourself, fully accepting your humanness and your imperfections, and accept that there's nothing wrong with how you're meditating or what is happening. Acceptance is the key to meditation. And that's it. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Namaste.